And we're back. How you doing, everyone? This is your host, Jesse, aka Jeezy, aka whatever the fuck you want to call me. And yes, this is my radio voice. And hi. Thank you again for joining us back here at Up Next Podcast. We have here our guest, Mr. Chris. Chris, go ahead and introduce yourself to the audience and say hello.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Chris.
Oh, I was still sipping my beer. I thought you were going to elaborate more, but
Nope.
No, go ahead. Give us a little bit more about you and just say hi and just talk a little bit about you. Just give us a quick little bio check, little bullet points.
Quick little bio. Come from the Fontana, true Windy City, straight hood. Got out of there. No more hood for me.
No more hood.
Work hard and get out. Get
Moving on
hood.
up
Mini
to
hood,
the
not a
east
big
side. Literally the east side, right?
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly right.
And for those younger members that don't realize that was a little joke about the Jeffersons. So y'all might not have gotten that.
I know the song better than the show, man.
Oh,
Just
there.
saying.
All right. Yeah, it's quite famous, you know.
It is.
So
it is. It's got some
people,
moves on 'em.
you know, come into a little bit of cash and you move on up.
Well,
You know?
and emphasize the little.
Yeah,
A little bit.
A little bit. How was it like Uncle Leroy or Uncle Roy? He's all, got my money and I was gone.
You hear me knocking? Well,
Let me in. I got you, nephew.
My house is not the house paid for on the block, bro. Though I promise.
Okay. Hey.
We're still working.
We
on
all got to stretch out
Still
that
working
30.
on that.
Yeah.
My kids make sure they have all the toys though.
There you go.
I mean,
Got to keep them happy.
yeah, that's it, man.
Because if they're not happy, guess what? They're going to be pulling on daddy's little
yeah.
coat and be like,
yeah.
hey.
Yeah, I want this. I
Yeah.
want that.
Or I want to go here. I want to go there.
So-and-so got that, and I wish I could tell them, well, let them have it, but I can't. I'm like, we'll
Well-
get you something better.
Let me ask you, because we were just talking about it right now. We're
Yeah,
at
what's up?
the restaurant. So he was, I was having a conversation with one of my buddies, and it's like, you know, the whole like iPad kid. So it's kind of like, you know, it was a funny meme on the internet going around, and where the girl's kind of like recording the boyfriend, and it's like, oh yeah, my boyfriend's an iPad kid.
Wow.
And then every time he was eating, he was like with his phone or an iPad or something like that. So I don't know. What do you think's the effects of that's going to be when those kids do grow up?
So when, maybe not this generation, but probably the next at least, are they even going to talk? Are they even going to be able to spell words? Are they going to be able to write? Is everything going to be abbreviated and emojified? Like, I don't know.
I think
We'll see.
the big thing, it's in, again, more of these conversations that I've had with many people.
Right.
But I think what it is, it's like the phone has become the information crutch.
It's the third hand.
It's the no longer need to retain the information when I can look it up.
Yeah, because you don't even need to know how to spell the word. You just need to know a couple of the letters in the word.
Correct.
And you're like, oh yeah, it's that one.
Yeah.
And then if you spell the wrong word, guess what? It auto corrects you.
It like tries to make you almost like idiot proof.
Yeah.
But even then, idiots still
That's
make
why as
it.
parents, we can't be idiots, and we actually got to teach our kids to have a brain.
Yeah.
My kid's 6, and this is gonna sound like a stupid humble brag. It's not. I have her writing in cursive right now.
That's awesome.
Trying to.
Didn't they stop doing that in
They don't teach
class?
it. They do not teach it. They teach all kinds of weird shit in school, but they won't teach handwriting.
I know.
Come on,
Well,
man.
I mean, if you really think about it, you really don't need it. It's like it's already bad enough. Like these kids are struggling to spell properly. Now they got to spell in a whole nother form.
Now maybe do we need it? No, but I mean we're grown ass adults. Do you have to write your signature sometimes on things?
Mm-hmm.
Do you still have to fill out forms sometimes?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well maybe they will. Maybe the world 20 years from now, 15 years from now, they won't need to. It won't be necessary.
I think everything's going to be
But-
digital signatures.
Yeah.
Or even you're going to start seeing documents where they're not even signing their name in cursive.
Right.
It's just going to be printed out.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, when I bought my house, my virtual signature was made for me.
okay,
I didn't even have to write it, but they put it in a nice script.
even nice.
Yeah,
I mean,
wow.
I got my digital signature all like saved on my thing. So anytime I have to like fill out some forms or anything, it's just like digital signature, email it. So
Until we have a power outage and that percentage hits 0
Mm-hmm.
on the phone and they have to actually write something down.
Yeah.
Or just twiddle their thumbs, be bored as all hell.
Or what is it? Just put your thumb imprint, just burp, burp, burp.
Yeah,
There you go. There's your thumb imprint.
Yeah, exactly.
That's your signature.
Kids get so bored now too. Like quick.
I bet.
Man, we had a busy day yesterday. With
Even
kids.
adults too. If you think about it, I got here like probably like hundreds of games and hundreds of thousands of movies at my disposal, at my fingertips.
No, that's
and I'm like, man, like I'm bored.
Yeah.
Like what am I gonna do? So it's like,
eat a taco, drink a beer.
Yeah, I get that's it.
That cures my boredom.
Yeah, exactly. Having good, stimulating conversations with people, so that way, it's stimulating when you kind of see other people's perspectives and other people's.
I mean, we all need a hobby. We all got to be into something.
Yeah, this is mine.
Yeah, exactly. This is your thing. Like my thing right now is, and it started with my son once he joined wrestling, it started being combat sports, MMA. All this and that, and so that's kind of like our little thing together. It's just trying to find something to bond with them over,
Yeah, common ground.
Yeah, exactly. You got to find something, man. Because
I get it.
I was a baseball, football player. That kid, that's definitely wasn't his route.
Okay.
Yeah, instead of being like, no, you got to do it, I just encouraged him to do it. And wrestling's badass, dude. It's so fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It's a challenge, man. And you know what? These kids, they're going to find their own ways. And it's great that you are encouraging that.
You
because
encourage it, man.
It's like just if you can find people that help support what you want to do, that's awesome. Parents including. So.
Yeah, they just got to do something. They can't just. I mean, I get it. iPads are cool. Phones are cool. Computers are cool. Everything's on TV now. Like literally everything. How many DVDs did you own like 15 years ago?
Quite a few.
Yeah, me too. I had a whole freaking like Hollywood blockbuster, all that shit in my room.
It's still downstairs right now, man. I still got the collection.
Mine's packed up in boxes in the garage.
Okay.
It's just like, dude, everything's just too accessible now.
But I mean, I think again, more conversations that I like to pull from as references. The challenge was, or the fun part, I should say, of that was collecting it and just kind of like. Finding all the little tidbits in the actual DVD, the commentaries, the behind the scenes,
the features, right?
Yeah, the feature stuff that you get out of it, and so that stuff's cool. I mean, I guess now you still get that with digital copies, but there's a few little things that you get. Like I was just saying, it's like the picture quality is the same, but the sound quality, as you can tell, we were just listening to Black Hawk Down. And I love that fucking rumble, man. I got these big ass two subwoofers, and
now they work too.
Yeah,
I love it. I thought you were playing Call of Duty like on loud. I was like, damn, this fool's like blasting it up there. He's watching a movie.
I know, and man, I got to pick that game up. I'm not sure if you're much of a gamer, but
what's funny, man, is I like you, tons of games, but I only stick to a core like probably 3 maybe.
Really?
Like I play the shit out of that new
All right,
UFC
give me your 3
game.
Okay.
That new I don't know why it's just so addicting. And maybe because there's no story. You can just get on there, get online, have a few fights, and you don't have to worry about what's next. There's no scene, you just get on there, try to fight, get pissed off because a button ain't working, and then it's a wrap. Either that or like Madden, that Red Dead, God of War.
Yeah,
but that's just about it.
Yeah, I love God of War, man. I just finished beating the latest one.
Yes, I bought it and I still haven't even started it.
Well, that's good, man.
Yeah, but I mean, like that's all I'm gonna do then.
Not to bring up a spoiler, but the ending is pretty epic.
Is it?
Yeah, I was like, it felt like Avengers Endgame. Epic.
No shit.
It felt like, well, to me, that's just my take on it. I don't want to say too much, but it just felt epic.
Yeah.
Like,
no, I was like, is it open-ended? Do you think it's an opening for another one? Or do you think it's?
Yeah. They left the little breadcrumbs for possibilities, money. And it's definitely has so many directions. Oh yeah,
that's like I remember back in the day playing all the Metal Gears.
Yeah, that's my fave too.
Well, maybe I do play a lot of games, man. I didn't think I did.
Yeah, well, there you go. Yeah.
Shit. But as of right now, all I've really been playing is that UFC game when I get a chance.
Okay.
Then I would like to say me and my son bond over it, but we just fight over it. Okay. He gets so mad. He gets so mad because my 40-year-old ass kicks his little teenage ass. He can't handle it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of, when I was younger myself. It got used to be frustrating because I had the older brother. He'd probably whoop my ass in some Street Fighter, and then even another point I was talking about, like one of our cousins, like he much older, but we let him play like Super Mario World one time, and he just unlocked all these levels and all these secrets that like, how the hell did you do that? But when you're so little, you're still like your hand-eye coordination and your train of thought is very small, as opposed to when you're older, you got more that brain power you can use.
I would love to say it's because he's little. But he's 18. He just can't handle it. He just can't handle getting whooped by dad. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And I'm not. I don't even troll him either. I don't even talk shit to him when I'm beating him.
Yeah,
I even tell him like, dude.
Oh, that's very good. Like, humble of you.
I'm like, dude, chill. It's a game. He's like, no. It's the funniest shit, dude. Yeah.
Well, it gets frustrating with anything. I think like when you're like, again, even with the game that I was just playing, it's like you lose, battle, death, and you're like, God damn, and you get really frustrated. We're like, I'll put the controller down, I'll walk around the room, and then I'll just regroup and then reattack. So
it is. I troll him always at the end because he gets so frustrated. He'll put the controller down. He'll start walking upstairs. I'm like, where are you going? We're not done.
Yeah,
I didn't hear no bell.
I didn't hear no bell.
It's pretty funny. He's like, no, I'm done. I was like, yeah, you were done the minute we turned it on.
Ooh, sick bird.
That's why I let him have it. I was like, dude, if you're gonna act like that, I'll rub it in a little bit.
Yeah, I got to.
Yeah, Pop's got to do a little bit,
So tell us a little bit about you, man. We're let's talk about back in the day, and where'd you grow up?
Well, again, I grew up in Fontana.
Okay. So I thought you.
Yeah. No,
I thought this was more recent when you said Fontana.
No, I grew up in Fontana.
Okay.
Yeah, I probably got out of there in my 20s. Was in Montclair for a little bit, and now I reside in Riverside.
So let me ask you, what stands out to you in Fontana, like as far as like just give me one childhood memory or something that stands out to you.
It would have to be sports.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if it wasn't for that, who knows which way life would have gone.
True.
If you know Fontana, you know it's kind of, there's sections. There's a middle, which let's face it, it's a little, depending on what streets you're on and whatnot, it's a little rough. And then when I was growing up there, when Southridge was new, you thought those people were rich. And now Southridge is even kind of low, and now you got Northern Fontana, which is trying so hard to be Rancho. It
is. It wants to.
They're trying so hard and good,
But those are some nice houses.
Yeah,
I was looking at them. I was like, "Hey, okay."
No, I'm right there with you. So I rented it before I bought my house. I rented a house for about a year in Northern Fontana. I was like, all right, like okay, cool. My own neighborhood's like it's coming up a little bit. That's good.
It is.
But yeah, my childhood memories would just be really consisted of just playing sports and trying to keep my nose clean because I didn't realize growing up, you're kind of blinded as a child because you're kind of innocent in a way.
Yeah.
You don't realize what's around you and whether it's great or horrible because it's what you're used to.
Yeah.
Now for me, like, and I won't say names or anything, but one of my best friends growing up, like, is in prison for life for murder. Yeah,
crazy.
But see, I never realized that absolute side of him because it's what he was born into. Yeah, and me.
So do you think that was a product of his environment?
100%.
Or was it more, what's to say, nature over nurture? So do you think it was more what's inside him or what was around him?
I'd say both because like when he was around me, he was just a normal dude. But then when you go around his family that's involved in that life and then all the people around that and the influences, especially when it's coming from above you, it's like it's hard.
It is hard.
Like that's like if your parent told you to do something, you're like, I don't think that's right. Do it. Okay.
Yeah,
I will. Like
no, I get it.
It's almost the same type of influence because it's all fear based.
Yeah.
And unfortunately for him, he got caught up in it.
Yeah,
and,
I feel you on that one.
I pray that wherever he's at, he's safe and this and that. But it's something that I never involved myself with because I didn't have time to. I was raised by my grandparents, and they kept me involved all year round. There was no off season, man.
Do you have any siblings?
I do. So my daddy was a hoe.
Daddy was out.
My daddy was a hoe. Yeah, man. He's got all kinds of women, all kinds of kids out there.
Really?
So I'm the only one from my dad.
Okay.
And my mom.
Oh, okay.
And then he's got 4 from his second wife. Now 3 was in one shot. There's triplets.
Really?
So yeah, I have 2 sisters and 1 brother. They're triplets.
Wow.
And then I'm the oldest. The next oldest is my little brother. He's
So you're the oldest from him?
I'm the oldest period of all of them. But yeah, and the next in line, he's only a couple years younger than me, but he's still doing his thing, man. He never had kids. Lived in Hollywood forever, trying to do the whole rock star thing.
Okay. So
he's all goth
musician.
metal. Yeah.
Okay. What does he play?
He's a guitarist.
Nice.
And whether he wants to admit it or not, I feel like I gave him his start because I bought him his first good guitar.
There you go, man.
Little BC Rich Warlock, same one that Slipknot used back in the day. little shout out to that. Yeah, you remember.
I'm not much of a guitar dude, but I'll take your word on it. That's one of those.
I'm not either. He is, and that's the only reason why. Yeah, that was a cool story, though, man. Like that's one of the ones that
What's that?
I know it sounds like I'm just trying to talk myself up.
No.
But sometimes you have moments that you just remember because it just made you feel so good inside.
Mm-hmm.
I was like 18 years old, and I was a car salesman at the time, or maybe I was 19. And he was 17, and he was hanging. We have different moms.
Okay.
But he was hanging out with me. My grandparents were gone in Vegas for the week, so he just come to stay at my house for a minute, and we went to Guitar Center, and he was just playing all the different guitars. I was like, "Which one's your favorite, man?" And he was just playing that one from Slipknot, you know. And so I told the guy, I was like, "Hey, that guitar that kid's playing, that goth kid's playing, save that, put it to the side. I'm gonna buy it." And he looked at, man, you ever feel like you're just being judged because you're young or you're whatever? This dude looked at me like I couldn't buy a damn thing in that store.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
So
I hated that.
Really?
Yeah, not that I was like balling, but I mean, I had a job. I mean,
well,
I had a job and I wasn't paying like hardly.
I was going to ask you, like, well, how were you dressed? Were you goth yourself?
No, I was never. See, me and my brother.
You never fell into that emo scene?
Me and my brother couldn't be more different. I was always what you would consider, I guess, like clean cut and whatnot. And he was always like all gothed out, spiky hair, whatever it might be, you know. And but yeah, I was able to gift him that, and he never put the damn thing down.
That's awesome, though.
So yeah, he's doing this thing now. He just moved to Virginia with his lady. He's a video editor, but he can travel for gigs and whatnot. Yeah, it's pretty cool, man.
Oh,
yeah,
that's awesome,
he's doing
man.
his thing. He's living his life, no kids, and he's just, he's happy.
Okay.
He's genuinely happy.
So altogether, how many siblings?
7.
7.
Yeah.
So you're like the 8th, or are you the 7th?
I'd be the first, right?
I mean, yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
If we're going by by
No,
order, yes.
So my dad, do I have 8 or 7? Jesus Christ.
I don't know.
My dad's got 7 kids.
Okay.
And my mom has 1 other. So
Okay.
that's why I have 7 siblings.
Okay.
So, but yeah, man, I think my baby sister's in her mid-20s.
Okay.
And then again, I'm the oldest.
And both parents still around?
Oh yeah. My mom's awesome, man. She had her battles when she was younger too. Overcame it, and she's an amazing grandma.
Okay.
My dad is more like my homie. My grandparents were more like my
parents.
My parents.
Yeah. And I hear that a lot too.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, especially now this generation, it seems like more of this generation,
Right.
Where it's like, hey, let's leave the kids with grandma,
Right.
And grandparents end up being that constant, person that's there for them.
Oh, dude, if it wasn't for my grandparents, I don't even know. Who knows how I would have turned out? Seriously, like I still make some decisions. Like, will my grandma get mad at me? Like, I can't.
Well, that's good that you're
can't
considering that, exactly, because I think when people have that good moral compass, it's like they worry about, will I disappoint this person?
Oh, 100%, man. That's absolutely right, and it's been good and bad because it can either make you too patient, which there is such thing as too patient.
You think so?
100%. Yeah, and it's all about.
I don't think there is. Well, give me something to
you view it.
Put it in context.
I will put it in context. Let's say, okay, we're about to spill some beans now.
No, let's do it.
So I wasn't raised by my parents.
Okay.
Specifically my dad. Kind of like, I don't really remember him from age probably 5 or 6 until I was already a grown man.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But because of that, and because of the man that his father was,
Mm-hmm.
I vowed to never be that kind of man. I
Mm-hmm.
vowed to never not raise my children.
Mm-hmm.
I vowed to make my family work,
Mm-hmm.
even though you might not be treated the way necessarily that you deserve. So when I say overly patient, sometimes you stay in things that you know aren't going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you'll stay in A because of B. You know what I mean? Like
Mm.
this, I'm being treated unfairly. This isn't going to work out. The love isn't
I could
there.
see what you're getting at, and I've heard this on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
So I've heard this on friends of mine where I've had these conversations. And it's I'm not gonna name no names, but it was like, hey, this person is obviously has a drug addiction habit, and he's been very verbally abusive. So why don't you leave? It's like,
Right.
yeah, why don't you leave? Yeah.
Yeah.
Where it's not
yeah.
as easy as it sounds.
Well, no. Well, there was definitely no drugs or violence or anything in my
But-
certain situation. But when you know you're
Well,
with somebody that you shouldn't, like,
let me finish the story.
Yeah, go for
because here's what my point. It kind of just summarizes all this. It's that the fact that it was for like two reasons mostly. It was A, they were doing it for the kids,
yes,
and B, it was the didn't want to fail.
yeah,
They
right there.
the failure of just hey, I put all this time, effort, and energy. It's like I'm
Sacrifice.
that kind of person that I'm not gonna fail at this.
Yeah.
And
No.
yeah,
There,
but to put into your perspective of patience, I mean, you could look at it that way, in that sense, as far as like. But no, I mean, I think patience is a good thing. You'd be surprised in this world to have impatience.
oh yeah. I mean, I guess if you want to, if you could twist it however way
Yeah.
that you want to, and look.
But I get
at
it. Maybe-
everything's
maybe-
subjective.
Yeah.
Like the way I say one thing, I know how I mean it.
Mhm.
But it might be perceived as something
Yeah.
else. Yeah, I totally understand what you're saying. Of course, like that's why they have that saying, "Patience is a virtue," and
Patience is a
you know,
virtue.
all good things come to those who
Wait,
and,
exactly.
and whatnot. I get it. I'm just saying sometimes because of things that you've gone through in your own personal past, your own trials, your own tribulations, the quote unquote sins of the father and all that. Sometimes you'll stay in certain things because of, like you just said, you don't want to fail.
Mm-hmm.
You don't
Yeah.
want this. You do stay in it for the kids.
Yeah.
It's a real thing. And then
But another. Oh no, I'm
no,
sorry.
go for it,
I don't want to cut you off. If you had a point, I was going to jump in with a point.
Oh no, I was just gonna say because, and I think a lot of times, us men, we get kind of a bad rap, because there are a lot of good fathers out there. There
Yes.
are a lot of present fathers out there.
Yes.
And I'm not a every other weekend dad, dude.
Yeah.
Like I gotta hear my kid's voice every day. It's just like,
It's
that's
crazy because I mean, just kind of piggybacking off
Yeah.
that, it's like it's been more of like weekend parents.
Yes.
It's not just the man that's like, oh, here comes weekend dad, and taking us to McDonald's and taking us to Disneyland. It's kind of like the moms too. It's like I've seen that more and more, and just even some that are just kind of like, I don't know. I guess maybe still want to live their own life.
Right.
It's like they still feel like, like I missed out on something, and I'm still trying to, fulfill it.
Yeah.
Whatever. Call it selfish. Call it whatever. I mean, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah, no, and I mean, I think anybody that's been in something for longer than they should have been, they do kind of feel like that. I can say I feel like that. I feel like I've missed out on plenty of things.
Yeah.
But what's the other side of that look like though?
Yeah.
If I would have got out then, I wouldn't have this now. Or
True.
if I'd have got out then, I wouldn't have seen this or been part of that, or it's
A lot of what ifs will wreck
yeah.
your mind,
Yeah.
and all you could do is just move forward. You can't ever go back.
Yeah, what ifs will drive you mad.
Exactly.
So it's just like, for me, I just see what's in front of me, and I appreciate what I've worked for and what's been given to me and whatnot. And but happiness is the key, right?
Happiness
Isn't
is the
that
key.
goal?
I've always said it. It's like, I'd rather be happy and poor than rich and miserable.
Absolutely. Yeah, just like I was having a conversation. It's funny. I was having a conversation with a female at the gym today, because I was walking out, and you see, if you frequent a gym or frequent anything, consistently, and it's part of your routine, you see the same faces.
Yeah.
And so, you make friends with these people. And I was walking out and I saw her, and this girl's like into the gym. She looks the part of it.
Very fit.
Oh yeah, very much so. And but she had tears in her eyes. And so, I said her name, and I was just like, "What's the matter?" And she started just kind of like telling me her whole
just
little,
opening up.
like completely opening up
the floodgates.
And it touched on what you were saying, like not wanting to fail.
Yeah.
The whole like I did everything, I sacrificed this, I did that, and where's my happy ending?
Yeah.
And I'm just like, but see, that's the thing. If all the signs were there, why were you? What makes someone? Maybe I'm saying the wrong word. Maybe patience is the wrong word to use. But like, what's making us so patient and staying in this when we know the ending?
It's again just
or so stubborn. Maybe
just to like what you said. It obviously remembers. I remember another conversation I was just having where relationships are like a seesaw. And if you're doing all the work, if you're doing all the effort, if you're trying to make it work, you're not wanting to make it fail, and the other person's just not even pushing with their legs,
right?
Then you're just going to be sitting still.
Yep. No, that's real talk.
So in a sense, it's not your failures. It's you did your part, and that's all you could just kind of be like, I did my part.
Yeah. It's definitely a whole back and forth. It should be a two-way street.
Balance.
It absolutely should.
Life
be
is built on balance, ups and downs, day and night. So.
Oh yeah. Some people fail to recognize that though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and that makes it that much harder.
Yeah.
But so let's segue into something else.
Yeah. Well, we usually at the 20-minute mark, I'm always like, hey, I'm going to jump into some questions. So
go for it.
This is actually the perfect time to jump into some questions.
Yeah, we could debate relationships and piss people off with our thoughts and answers. Like, he's this. Oh, he probably.
Oh, yeah. we could just go on and on and on and on about this kind of stuff and point things out because, as you know, there's always something to point out with people.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it gives people something to talk about, though, right?
Yeah, of course. It makes for good listening.
Yeah, there you go.
Some controversy. So, okay, let's go with just you give me a number, and that's going to be your question. Okay,
because that's my number.
Okay. What are 3 other podcasts you'd recommend to my audience and why?
Oh, man.
You are a podcast.
I'm going to sound so generic right now.
Go ahead.
So I do frequently listen to Rogan's.
So do I.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why it's
he's
the most
kind
popular
of
one.
the dude inspired me to do this.
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason why he's the most popular one, man.
Mm-hmm.
Like, just keeps the conversation going. There's always interesting guests.
Yes.
I will be honest, if I start hearing anything more about COVID, I usually skip that episode. But because you can only listen to COVID so much, man. Like, if you're so into it, cool.
I mean, I think the whole thing started with just like there wasn't enough information. Certain thing was being, just kind of suppressed. So he was just like, hey, let's just have an open dialogue about it.
It just seems like anytime COVID gets brought up on his show now, he's got the same, like, just pepper of answers that he just keeps throwing out there or tidbits or because he hears the same things over and over again. And he's a human. He has his own thoughts.
Yeah.
If you're like Ryan, I'd share with you, I'm a huge MMA fan. It's like my thing. That's what I'm into. It's kind of my hobby. So I listen to Chael Sonnen a lot. Great fight analysis. He's funny as all hell. It's like dry humor though. Just super funny guy. Check out Chael Sonnen. It's called Thank Me Later. So yeah, it's pretty funny. And then I also listen to Brendan Schaub. Quite a bit.
Who's Brendan Schaub?
Brendan Schaub he's a former UFC fighter turned stand-up comedian.
All right.
He has
sounds familiar, like the name. Like I probably heard it on Rogan.
His whole thing is being a thick boy and this and that. 'Cause he's a big dude.
Okay.
He does he's a whiskey guy too. He has his own business and this and that. But I think his show is a lot more funny than his stand-up, as do most people.
I'm sure.
But he's got some good analysis and he doesn't mind. He doesn't mind pushing against the hands that fed him at one time. Like he's stirred up some shit with Dana White and whatnot.
Gotcha.
So yeah, it's a good one. There's a couple others, but He's S.3.
Oh, yeah, and we'll keep it short and simple. 3. So how about one more number?
24.
24. Good old Kobe. If you had to write a book tomorrow, what would you write about?
Man, I'd write about being better at picking numbers. That's an interesting question, man.
Yeah,
because there's so many things that make up a person, and there's so many things that people are into.
Well, you could just start with it's a book, and what do you want to say in that book? Yeah,
and that's the thing, because when you put someone on the spot like that, all those things that you think you're into, you can't remember a goddamn one of them. If I had a, oh man, it's gonna speak of controversy possibly or some backlash.
Do it.
Dads matter.
Dads matter. I like it.
Dads matter too. You know.
Yeah.
Because it's fact.
A little play on words. I got you.
Dads matter too.
Yeah. They absolutely.
And it's factual, man. For as much as I'm into sports wise, everything else, my main purpose in life is to be a good dad.
There you go.
And that's real talking. Anybody that knows me knows that regardless of any of the shit I talk or the comments I make or my wants, desires, whatever, nothing is above me being a father.
Gotcha.
Because I definitely didn't get that shit.
Yeah.
know? So I'd be damned if I don't give my kids.
Well, that definitely, I hear from it because, you're trying to convey something that you probably didn't have so much.
Oh, 100%.
So, yeah, I know it resonates very much strongly with you.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. Like, people are like, oh, I'm fine. I was fine without it. Yeah, I am fine. I did just fine for myself. But it would have been cool.
Yeah.
It would have been cool to learn these things from a human instead of YouTube,
It's funny you say YouTube because there's actually a channel where this guy did create where it's like he teaches everything a dad would. He's I forgot what it's called, but it's something like he does like, well, let's change the oil, let's change a tire, let's build a birdhouse or something like that.
That's
arts
really
and crafts type stuff. So
that's really cool. But if he's saying it out there like this is everything your dad should have taught you, that could be a little depressing.
Well, it can be, but I think he comes from a genuine heart.
No,
I think
I'm teasing.
Where the internet just kind of rallied behind his channel, and they were like, "Oh yeah, this guy's doing good stuff out there." Because there's a lot of like so much crap out there, so much negativity.
No, and the only reason why I say that is because I find it funny when people are genuinely surprised by active fathers. Mm-hmm. It trips me out. Mm-hmm. Like I work nights, and I work the night shift on purpose. Yeah. Because it allows me to be home during the day with my kids. Their mother works, she works, but it's a regular job. And but it allows me to, because I trust me with my kids. Yeah. I don't trust, strangers with my children.
No, I get you.
So I'm very involved with the school. I'll go on field trips with them. I've young daughters, like little grade school, know. So, but it just trips me out like, oh, I wish more fathers did. I'm like, there are fathers that do it. Mm-hmm. Like I can braid my daughter's hair. Why is that a huge surprise? You know what I mean? It's just like there's so many dads that like give some dads some credit.
It's funny you mention that because like what was it? This one dad, I think he made something with a little I don't know, for the hair. Yeah, I think it was pretty ingenious. Just always creative because dads are always coming up with creative ways to kind of save time and be better engineering the possibilities. I don't know. It was pretty cool because, and then you see the compilations of like dads saving the day. When they do those catches.
Oh
like,
yeah,
they're like,
that,
oh, caught him.
Happened to me.
Yeah,
I got so embarrassed, but my son didn't crack his head though. Good. It was at an Italian restaurant, and I was just holding him normal. He was like a year and a half, 2 years old maybe, and to get to the area, you have to go down a couple steps inside the restaurant. Okay, and so I was just waiting, kind of waiting for the waiter basically. And my son decides, you know what, today's a good day to try to fly. And he tries to literally like Superman out of my arms. Wow. And last thing I'm expecting. Yeah. So it's only like maybe 4 steps, right? Okay. But if you think about that, it's a few feet. It's a nice little tumble.
It is.
I'm holding him, so that's be a nice fall for him. He's done. And then it's like brickwork too. The steps. I had to literally dive, catch this kid, try to keep both feet in so I'm not out of bounds. So let me just get that visual because that's how it looked. Yeah. And turn my body so I land on my back. Yeah. And cushion him. Wow. So embarrassing. But imagine if I didn't
No,
do
but
that.
you did. Yeah, exactly. Imagine where you would have been.
Yeah.
Right in the emergency room getting stitches.
Had a great meal, though.
Oh,
Had a
there
great
you go.
meal after.
Hell yeah.
Little shithead. Over there all happy with his garlic bread. I'm over there all sore.
All right, I'm going to pick one for you here. So I'm going to go with... I already said that one. Okay, how about this one? What are three movies you'd recommend to my audience and why?
3 movies. Wow. Okay.
Doesn't have to be your top.
No, I get it.
You can be like something you might have watched recently.
So movie number 1. If you haven't watched Rocky, you kind of need to go watch Rocky. You know, it's got a kick-ass
Pretty
soundtrack.
inspiring.
Yeah. And if you're not familiar with Rocky, just go watch Rocky 4. just start there. Who cares? It's fun.
Yeah.
It's got some awesome music that you can cheese out to.
That Rocky 4, they did remade it or something recently. They said
they did
something
like a director's. Yeah, they did something
like
with it.
director's cut or something.
Yeah. It makes you want to work out.
Okay. Makes you feel like a fat piece of shit.
Yeah,
You're like,
it does.
God, man.
It'll get you off your ass, to go get another cookie. But yeah, so I'll probably say that. I think everyone needs to watch Superbad, just because we all need to laugh. And that shit's fucking hilarious.
It is hilarious.
It'll never not be funny.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I don't care how many times you've seen it. It's always funny every time.
It is. Oh my God. I was just talking about that scene where he gets stuck in the room where the guys are all doing coke. It's just something so like would happen. And it's just like, hey man, who's this guy? He's all, that's Jimmy's brother.
You know how many times I've told people, like, funny thing about my whatever it is, it's located on my
yeah.
Like, you scratch my shoulder. Funny thing about my shoulder, it's located on.
Yeah, it's right. It's located in my. Yeah, it's so great.
Let's see a third one.
Yeah.
Do I want to go with like something epic or just something scary, something fun?
Dealer's choice.
I don't know, man. That's a good one. I guess the movie that keeps popping into my head would be Braveheart.
Okay.
Yeah, Braveheart.
What stands out to you about that one?
It's just everything. Like, if you can't get inspired watching Braveheart, I mean, do you even have a pulse?
Yeah.
Like, it's just like,
it is pretty inspiring, and it's very like I guess what it kind of like resonates with me is the sacrifice.
Yes, don't back down. Put your head down, go forward, and just fucking fight.
Dude,
and it doesn't have to be
awesome.
Physically fighting. It
just
could
fight.
just be like,
don't give up.
Just don't give up.
Yeah.
And then, because it's everything, man. Dude fought for the love of his life, fought for his country, his people. I mean, you can apply that to anything. I mean, I don't care what you want to be. If you want to be an electrician, don't give up just because the shit got a little confusing. Study, work at it, do what you got to do. If you want to be a fucking boxer, you got punched in the face. Okay, well, you want to be a boxer though, right?
Yeah. Get up early, go running.
Get up. It's like you can apply that to everything. So yeah, probably those 3.
Right.
I'm a big horror movie fan too, but I just couldn't think of like one.
Well, which one's your favorite?
That's a good question.
Of the genre.
So I heard so much about this Barbarian movie that was out recently.
You know what? I saw it.
What'd you think?
It was good, but it wasn't great.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm not the only one.
Yeah, it was good.
And I didn't hear all the, you got to watch it. Oh, it's amazing. I didn't hear all that before I watched it.
I mean, what was so cool, I think it just ended cool.
Yeah.
I had one of those like, oh shit, like I didn't expect that type of thing.
Right.
But then it had like a cool song to like end it on. So I was like, all right. And those are the type of movies you kind of like, those little details.
I just didn't think it was what everybody said. And I'm sorry, like watching this like nasty ass monster try to breastfeed somebody, that wasn't fun. Like, that was probably the scariest shit in the whole movie.
Spoiler alert much?
Sorry.
All right.
It was a big titty though, guys.
Now, I think the one that kind of stands out to me right away that was really good in the horror genre, which I am not a fan of.
No?
But the remake.
Oh, dude, yeah, both of them. I was going to bring that up too.
Yeah.
Those are fun, man.
That one was it was shot well. It was shot well, it was written well, acted well.
They're funny too.
Yeah. As those little just, not trying to shove jokes, but good timing.
Right.
That's what comedy is. It's good timing.
No, I enjoyed it, man.
Yeah.
I really did. And then a show, I don't know if you've seen Midnight Mass.
I have not.
Dude,
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's a Netflix show. I enjoyed it. I liked it. It
Is it that animated one?
No, it's not animated.
Oh, okay.
No,
then I'm thinking of something else.
It's from the same guy that did like Haunting on Hill House and like what's that new one that's out, Midnight something or other.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's pretty good, man.
Guillermo del Toro just did a little series on it, Cabinet of Curiosity.
Yeah, I seen
which
the first
I
couple.
Recommend if you haven't checked it out.
I seen the first two.
So there you go.
That first one was good, man, with the storage and all that. Yeah, it was cool. Yeah,
and that's just the tip of the iceberg. So
right.
There's some other ones that are really good.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. That's on my list
to do
yeah.
or to watch.
To watch list.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, there's all kinds of good stuff out there.
I love getting recommendations. So if you get anything for me, I'm always for it.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I got my little girls. Have you seen Encanto?
Encanto? Yeah, I have seen it. It's pretty good.
I was just trying to be funny there, but man, it's like when you have little girls, man. Like you see anything princess and sparkly related, and you know, whatever. Maybe it's made me a little bit more sensitive.
Yeah. Which is, they get some good content, you know, for the girls.
No, that's all.
They're making more of the girl power stuff for Marvel.
Yeah.
Everything seems like the lead hero now for the Marvel is a girl.
Yeah, that's how it was with this. I haven't seen it yet, but that new Wakanda Forever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Figure like what's the strongest animal in the world? Like a lion, right?
Mm-hmm.
What protects that pride? All
there
the
you
females.
go. The lioness. Yeah.
It's real talk.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. So how about three top shows? How about that?
3 top shows. Man.
Doesn't have to be top, or let's just say what you would recommend.
No, I get it. So I really liked Ozarks.
Okay.
That was a good show for me. I really enjoyed that.
I saw the whole thing, and I would give it a solid B-.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm just that guy.
To each their own, dude.
Yeah.
I get it. And, it's like, put me on the spot. I can't remember the name of it. But where they're studying all the serial killers.
Studying the serial killers.
It's a Netflix original show.
Is it Mindhunters or?
Yes. Yeah,
okay.
Mindhunters. I enjoyed that one.
I enjoyed the first season. I haven't seen the other seasons.
Oh, I liked it, man. Because
that was cool.
It's like a slow burn, but it's just
it definitely is.
You know, because I don't know. I like all that. It's all compelling to me. It's all interesting. Like the Dahmers and the Gacy's of the world, and they're all dirtbags, and they.
You know what? I just can't get into it, man. My wife and probably like every other single female I know is just into serial killers.
What the hell are you trying to say, man?
And murder mysteries and I don't know. Like, well, I'm just saying, there's a connection or not a connection, whatever. But I just can't get into it. It's just kind of like. What was that joke? It was on Natural Born Killers, where it's kind of like the shaman's explaining about the snake and how he found, this lady found the snake and, raised it back to health. And then next thing you know, the snake bites it. It's like, bitch, you knew I was a snake.
Yeah, it's a fucking snake.
Yeah, it's my nature.
Yeah, it's not going to hug you.
Yeah, same thing like serial killers. Like, why are you trying to figure out the reason behind it? They're just serial killer.
Right.
It's like, yeah, they might have had a shitty childhood. Or maybe the genealogy of whoever down the line, gave them that. But whatever reason, that's who they are. So it's like,
well, and that's the whole thing is trying to figure out the psyche behind it, because you can have 2 people with the same upbringing from the same exact parents. One's successful and the other one's a dirtbag. You just never know. It's
nature over nurture. You just don't know which one overpowers what.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like
or free will, just the choice of it. It's like you could. You just give in.
Right.
It's easy to give up and give in to your nature, give in to your surroundings.
Yep.
But I think at the end of the day, I think that's the strongest part is that free will to choose. Like, hey, maybe I won't bash this guy that's honking his horn behind me.
Right.
With this brick I got.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think most normal people would.
No, most normal people would. But serial killers, for whatever reason, people are very fascinated with them.
Yeah. Here we are still talking about it.
We are still talking about
it. Yeah, see, because it is fascinating.
But is it?
You're still talking about it, dude. You tell me.
But I think we're being more meta about it. Where we're like, we're talking to the reasons behind why people are interested in it.
Yeah, that's why.
It's like, to me,
Hey,
just my opinion.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And then, probably The Office. Just because I'm a dork like that.
And I tried. I gave it 5 solid episodes and really tried. Just I couldn't get into it.
Okay, well, let me flip that on you then, because we're obviously on opposite ends of this spectrum.
Yeah,
I would love to hear your take on that then.
On which part?
On the 3 shows.
Oh, like which ones I would recommend?
Yeah, because you're giving all. Oh, you're like throwing all.
Oh, that's easy. Mine's Breaking Bad, Game of Thrones, and Spartacus.
Spartacus was dope.
Spartacus was amazing.
I'll give you that one. I fucking loved it, and I was so sad when that dude died.
Andy Whitfield.
Yes.
R.I.P.
Yeah, it was great. But the way that they, to the credit of those showrunners, the way that they flipped that and did the prequel.
Yes.
That was
Which
awesome.
was amazing.
The prequel was great, dude.
Gannicus, he's the one that really saved that show for me. Absolutely. And the fact that they brought him back for that 3rd season to hey, we lost Andy, we replaced Andy. And we're still bringing back Gannicus. I was like, dude, okay. That was a dude. Because he reminds me of just that, that warrior. Just he's getting ready to slit your throat, but he's going to smile at you.
Right.
He's got that, cockiness. And
the way they tied both the prequel and the first season in season 3.
Yes.
It was great, man.
It was great.
Yeah, the way I describe that show is Gladiator in 300 meets Skinamax.
There you go. You took the words right out of my mouth, man. Yeah. That's it. How many times I've recommended that show to people?
Yeah,
it's so well done.
I can honestly say the same. It's just when you start thinking about these things, it's just like there's so many good shows out there that you've watched, and it's like, which ones do you think of first?
Those 3 that I just said.
Because I can honestly say
they resonate.
I like Spartacus more than I liked Ozarks.
Yeah.
But why did I forget about Spartacus?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Because I just couldn't think of it on the spot, I guess.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, just one of those things.
But I did like The Office, and you're wrong, so, whatever.
It's just the dry humor.
Yeah.
It's just like, look into the camera, and it's a mockumentary.
I get it, dude.
It's like, I don't know, maybe the setting. But, I haven't heard any funny jokes, and maybe it's the hype. I don't know. It's like when people hype, you got to watch this movie, and then you watch the movie, you're like, it wasn't that great.
I really enjoyed Breaking Bad. I thought it was good.
I think hands down that's probably A++ as far as directing, acting, soundtrack, everything.
The characters were badass too.
Yeah,
and the thing I like about it, they kept it short and sweet. They didn't try to make a million of them like freaking The Walking Dead or something.
Spin-offs,
or all this. Well, they did.
But they did spin. I'm sorry, I take that back.
But their spin-off was actually pretty damn good.
I tried that one too.
You don't like Better Call Saul?
I gave it 3 seasons. And I was like,
there's only 4, right? Or was there 5 now?
No, there's 6.
There's 6?
Yeah, 6 seasons.
Shit.
This is the same like Breaking Bad.
Oh, okay.
But no, I really tried. I was like, man, there's a lot of lawyer talk, and they're trying to shoehorn Breaking Bad stuff with the cartel. And I was like, I thought it was going to be its own thing, but it was like just piggybacking.
It's a prequel, though.
Yeah, but I thought it would just touch little references or little winks at the audience.
Gotcha.
But no, they really just, went into it as far as just Breaking Bad prequel.
Got you. No, I think I'm on season 4 of Better Call Saul. So I mean, I guess we shall see. I don't watch a ton of TV right now. The last thing I did watch was that Midnight Mass.
Okay.
And it's interesting. It's not gonna be everyone's cup of tea. It just watch it. If you like it. If you don't, you don't. It's just.
Give me a quick synopsis. Like, what's the?
It's like it's all the different books of the Bible. So
really?
Each episode, it's a whole different thing.
I think I've heard of it.
Yeah,
it's episodic, right?
Yeah, like the
yeah.
It's like 7 episodes.
It's its own thing.
Yeah, like the last episode's Revelations. That's what it's called.
Okay, I think it was like a famous director or writer, right?
Flanagan, yeah. The Flaniverse is what his shit's called.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah, he's the one that did like House on Haunting Hill and Bly Manor.
I don't know why I'm thinking like someone else was involved in that as well.
No, I don't think it's his thing.
Okay,
like that movie Hush. He did that, but yeah, that one was all right. It wasn't too bad. Very well acted, and that's the thing. If you don't like acting, like if you don't like dialogue, if you just want to see some cool shit and some blood or whatever, it might not be for you.
Bullet Train, I recommend.
Bullet Train. I don't think I've heard of that one.
The Brad Pitt one. When he's on a Japanese super train.
I don't think I've even heard of that one, dude.
It's good.
Yeah.
Like I was telling brother over here that it reminds me of that Quentin Tarantino dialogue.
Oh, okay.
But with the Guy Ritchie style.
Nice.
And with the modern twist of, just the directing and the cinematography of it.
Well,
pretty cool.
You can't go wrong with that then.
Yeah. It's really good.
And for the most part, Brad Pitt's pretty damn good in most of the things he's in.
Yeah.
So, like,
the bar was low for me. I'm like, oh man, they got Bad Bunny in it, making his little cameo. And I was like, whatever. And so I was like, all right, it's just one of those cash grab type movies. Right. But no, it was actually ended up like you wait till the end.
Oh, okay.
It all ties together at the end. I'm like, okay.
I'll have to check that out.
It's pretty cool.
There was another show, you mentioned the train, it just made me think of it.
What's
called
that?
The Bodyguard. It's
does
not,
it ring a bell?
It's not Whitney Houston and Kevin Costner.
Okay.
It's what it is. The guy's like, it's basically like CIA type stuff. And the very first episode, if that doesn't grab you, like, you just don't even give it a chance then, because that shit.
I did watch the first episode. You're talking about Mr. Rob Stark, then yeah, I did try to give it a chance. It's on a train.
So when that whole terrorist attack was going down, that just didn't grip you?
Yeah, it gripped me, but then it's like you get distracted, and I haven't picked it up since. Okay. So maybe I'll give it another chance.
But it's not like a great season. It's just that specific episode was pretty badass.
Oh, okay.
Just you mentioned the train, made me think of it.
So let's switch some gears, man. Let's talk about real world events and what's going on with the world, and how things are slowly evolving. I don't know, politics, sports. Pick a topic.
Well, usually in politics, it usually ends with people arguing.
Usually. Are you for or against abortion, sir? Please give answer.
Yeah, I'm going to talk about baseball, talk about MMA. No, if you want to answer that, in my opinion, I think it's
you don't have
it's all circumstance.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fuck it. Well, let's talk about it, because there's going to be people. There's people out there that
people would be pissed off no matter what.
If you get raped by your brother, Jesus wanted you to have that baby. Did he? Did he? No,
it's
man.
God's will.
Incestual rape. All this, no, that's absolutely. I mean, if the woman wants to keep that baby and she's 12 years old, then that's on. I guess that's up to her. But that's awful.
It's this weird gray area.
So it should absolutely be
a lot of variables.
I mean, it's her body. It allows, she should be able to do what she wants with it. On the flip side of that, and this is where I've caught flack from talking about this with people. If she doesn't want the baby at all. But the man does. The man wants to be a father more than anything in the world.
No rights to it.
He has zero rights.
That's crazy.
And that's pretty fucked up to me.
Yeah.
Because it does take... Everyone always wants to say...
But I think it starts with choice.
Okay. Yeah, it does.
So, I don't know. I mean, like, how would you put that on the guy then? As far as, like, it's his choice to do it or not do it?
Well, but it was her choice, too, to lie with the guy or not, right?
Yeah.
She got pregnant. It was consensual. They both wanted it.
Yeah.
They both wanted
the knowing the risk.
Yeah, exactly. They both knew the risk.
Now, I think that's where a lot of people probably argue that, like, well, guys shouldn't have rights because you knew the risk. And you know the risk that you have no choice when it does come down to it.
Well, I mean, I guess. But, again, and then that's the debate, right? That's why laws change, and that's why, they were all, like, what was that?
It'd be great.
The whole Roe versus Wade thing. That's why everything evolves, everything changes, right?
With the times,
yeah.
Except for the times go backwards sometimes.
Like let's say for instance, John Doe was told he can never have children.
Yes.
So anytime he goes out and he starts a new relationship, I can't have kids. I'm shooting blanks, whatever. He one night gets Jane Doe pregnant. Miracle baby. Jane Doe doesn't want to have that baby. All John wanted was to be a father his whole life, but was always told medically that he couldn't, and it's a freaking act of God miracle that Jane's pregnant now. But Jane doesn't want it. So John can't be
her
a father.
Choice.
Yeah, I know, but you get what I'm saying, though.
I get it's that whole gray area.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, you bring up abortion, I know we're going this and that.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying it's a topic.
It is a topic.
I'm not saying that I agree one way or the other. I'm saying everything's circumstantial.
Yes.
In my opinion.
Yes.
It's something to talk about.
So speaking about podcasts, I mean, what do you think about the whole Kanye anti-Semitic rant?
What was he doing going and having a dinner at Trump's with the white supremacists?
I don't know. He went with to Mar-a-Lago to go see Trump and asked him to be the running mate. And he yelled at Kanye.
And what kind of white supremacist has a last name named Fuentes too? Like,
is he?
That's his last name.
I don't know.
Really? Probably.
I didn't even know. Again, people like to spin a lot. Like, I don't know who the person is, so when people say he's a white supremacist, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
But it was on the internet. It has to be true.
It has to be true. But that's what I'm saying. It's just like when I heard the whole like, oh, Kanye did anti-Semitic shit. I'm like, well, let me look for it myself. And I actually went on and checked 3 of his interviews that he did.
Yeah.
He did Drink Champs with Noriega. He did Lex Friedman.
Friedman's cool.
Yeah, I like Friedman. And he did Pierce Morgan. So he went on those same tirades of rants about it. And I was like, all right.
And Drink Champs could not be any more different than Pierce Morgan.
Yes. So again, it was like you had the Drink Champs that were like, all right, Kanye.
Yeah.
And they're like, but wait a minute. You did say some things, man. You shouldn't be saying those type of things. But everything else, they were hyping him up like he was just, fucking just easy. It's like the second coming of him.
Well, that's a lot of human nature too, though, man. You could be... All these people could be talking shit about this one person, and as soon as that one person is in front of them, like, "Oh man, you're awesome." Yeah, Rogan did that with Kanye. I mean, Rogan talked all kinds of shit on Kanye.
No, I think if you listen to it, he was being sarcastically.
He said that guy's out of his fucking mind. What's wrong with that guy? And then Kanye's in front of him. Was all, yeah. People ask me like, "Oh, what's wrong with Kanye?" I'm like, "What? He's full of this. Full of like, what's he too full of awesome?"
Yeah.
He's full of too much awesome.
But that's what I'm saying.
Like, bro, come on.
He did it too much, where I think he was winking at the audience.
I guess, man. I mean,
because he was like, I'm
a Rogan fan.
You're the. I know exactly, and I've been listening to his shit for a long time, and I think a lot of it was like he was overdoing it. He was like, oh yeah, dude, you're really great. But I think it was a wink at the audience.
Yeah, probably.
It was kind of one of those like, he's not.
Well, I'll tell you what. If anybody told Kanye he's great, he's gonna be like, I know I am. Ye is amazing.
Guys, he's got the ego of crazy proportion.
Could you imagine having an ego like that and thinking that billions of dollars needs to get shoved at you for your ideas?
I think to have that kind of like, I guess, confidence, if you want to call it that, you almost kind of have to kind of like do the things you do, take the chances you want to take. I mean, because you're so great, you're not going to fail. I'm not going to fail.
Until Pete Davidson comes and steals your girl.
And
brings you down to earth. Going
that
on
shit was
telling
funny
Charlemagne.
Too. Exactly. That was a thing. He even brought it up.
He's all like, boy with a 10-inch.
That boy, what? Yeah, exactly. He was bringing that shit up. I'm like, bro, like, why are you bringing that up?
Oh, man.
But he called him out on it.
Because he was hurt.
Yeah.
He was hurt. How could you? Don't you know who I am? Man.
Ego stroke.
Dude.
But it's the same dude that was calling out his own wife, talking about abortion, and you're crying about it, throwing out their dirty laundry.
Yeah, speaking of laundry, that's what a lot of his clothes look like too. It's like trash bags and whatnot.
Some of his shit.
Yeah. No,
well, didn't he have that promo thing where with the Gap, where he just had like a big old trash bag of his new clothes?
Yep.
And it's just being all trying to be different.
Man. Hey, I can sit here and talk all the shit I want on him, but. Dude's a success.
He is.
He's an absolute success. He's crazy out of his mind, or is he? Who knows?
I don't know. What's that old saying? It's a thin line between genius and mad.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he just took one step beyond.
Yeah. Who knows, man? But
one step beyond.
All I know, he's going to keep pushing forward. He's just going to keep making money, and we're talking about him right here.
Yep. Exactly, man. Yeah. He's got that drive to keep going. So hey.
Yeah.
By all means.
Yeah. So.
But interesting. I like the whole, out of all those interviews, Lex Friedman. Yeah. He's the one that like, hey, I'm a Russian Jew and I want to talk to you in a very calm, like, what's going on here? Where are you? Where's all this coming from? And really, he just kind of like pretty much lump sumped everyone, his his people that were, I guess, and I don't think he actually specified it, why he had the problem, more than just it just kept coming back to contracts and contract negotiations. And he's all, what we got to do, we just got to put everyone's contract right in front of each other so we can have transparency. Let's have all the lawyers take a look at it. Let's have that transparency. I'm like, yeah, bro. It's like, but every person's going to have a different contract based on their level of worth and talent. So it's like when you say that, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same.
Right. Yeah.
So,
no, definitely. 100%.
But it was cool. I recommend his podcast.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at that one, though. I didn't know he went on Lex Friedman.
Because I heard of him from Joe, obviously. And then I was like, okay, he's some dude just in a nice little suit and everything. Yeah. And then when I heard he went on Kanye went on his show, I'm like, all right, let me find out what's going on with this guy. And I listened to the whole thing. And I found it pretty interesting, smart, calm dude, reasonable points.
Yeah. He's pretty badass, too.
Yeah.
Though. Did you know that?
I don't know a whole lot about him. I just discovered him. So
he's a big old jiu-jitsu guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So he's, not only is he an intelligent nerd, he'll fuck you up.
Yeah. I heard he's very smart, but I didn't hear the whole jiu-jitsu part.
Yeah. No, he's an interesting guy. Definitely. I think I've heard him on other people's podcasts more than I've actually heard his own podcast.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just one of those things because they go on the circuit, whatever you want to call it, and they start doing all these different podcasts.
They do, like other podcast people start doing other people's podcasts. So like he had Ben Shapiro on there, which I wanted to hear his side of the thing because like I actually do admire how well spoken and articulate Ben Shapiro is. He has his right wing conservative views. But at the end of the day, he's still a guy, and he still talks good things about just family values and, certain things that, it's not like I can't just put one person in one category and, that's who they are.
Well, you can't. I don't think anybody's really like that.
No.
Yeah,
unless they paint themselves. I don't know.
People that are in the public eye, they can be placed in one certain category, but that doesn't tell the whole picture of who they are. Look at how many people are widely considered to be amazing people, genuinely good-hearted people, and it turns out they're trash. What was that? Ellen, right? Recently,
something like that.
Ellen, like America's
she was
sweetheart, and then she turns out to be a dirtbag.
Yeah, just treating certain staff members, I guess, poorly.
Like just treating people poorly. Apparently, like behind the scenes, like you never know who these people are. They're famous people are still people.
Well, they also, I guess they get trapped in their own little eco bubble of, the people they surround themselves are like very much yes people.
Absolutely.
And don't want to rock the boat and won't challenge them on anything. So they get this, I guess, like ego complex. About them. Yeah. That kind of thing about them where like, well, everything I'm saying, everything I'm doing is right.
Right.
So you could ride that wave and it could just be one big delusion. Mm-hmm. So.
Yeah, you just never know, man. You
don't.
Again, when they're like, "Oh, famous people," well, you just said it. They're people.
There are people,
and we don't know exactly how they are.
Yeah,
they could be the most humble person on TV and a tyrant behind the scenes.
I know, like the facade. The illusion.
Yeah, exactly.
Like who else was like that? That was kind of just very nice in the public eye, and then just was a total jerk or bitch.
I heard that about Kevin James of all people.
Really?
Yeah. Have you heard about that?
No, I didn't hear that one.
You know who Kevin James is, right?
Yeah. The chubby dude.
Yeah, the chubby dude. From like King of Queens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's always this funny guy, likable guy.
Yeah.
And everything I've read about that dude, and again, who knows?
Who knows?
It's on the internet though. It's got to be true. Everybody that has said anything about him says he's like a fucking huge asshole. Yeah. And I'm just like, Kevin James, really? I'm like, Adam Sandler wouldn't hang out with an asshole like I know Adam Sandler because he's awesome on TV. He could be an asshole too. Who knows?
I got to meet Adam Sandler at a USC game.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, and I got to take a little selfie with him.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, so he was kind enough to kind of take one.
Oh, there you go.
But he kept it pretty short. He was like, all right, man, see ya.
Well, he's Adam Sandler, bro.
Yeah, he's Adam Sandler. I'm sure he gets that a lot.
Yeah. That's cool that he took a picture, though.
Yeah.
Because you hear so many people that won't. I heard Jack Black's awesome.
I heard that, too.
Yeah. It's my celebrity crush, dude. Just saying.
The guy's just down-to-earth people. I think just down-to-earth people, man.
Yeah, no, he's cool as shit. Tenacious D.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, I love that movie. Have you ever seen it? Pick of Destiny?
I have seen, yeah.
I don't care how much that movie gets trashed. That shit made me laugh.
Yeah, that's as long as it reaches you, resonates with you. That's all that matters.
I take it you gave it a 3 and 2.5 stars.
You know what? It was good. It just wasn't great.
No, of course.
Like to me, it was like it was had some moments because obviously when they get down, like anytime he sings with passion.
Shit's funny. Dude.
Like it could be fucking row your boat, and the guy will fucking sing it with passion.
He'll throw a doo 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 doo.
Yeah, he'll throw his little his own little twist and spin on it.
That dude's funny, man.
I dig. I mean, Nacho Libre, man. That's one of my favorite comedy movies of him, and that I love how he does his little spin on things, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just getting my kids to watch Goosebumps the other day.
Okay.
It was all right. But it's still Jack Black, and he killed it. The movie was whatever.
Yeah.
But he made it watchable, you know.
Guy's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
So I think we've hit this hour mark, man. This is right that sweet spot where I like to just kind of sign off and, good amount of time, good amount of conversation.
Cool, man.
Which, by the way, I do like to bring back guests for reoccurring episodes.
Anytime.
So I'd love to get more, and we could elaborate more. We could talk more. And, I think I'm just going to leave it up to you as like any last message, any last little story, anything you want to just kind of convey to the audience, as I know I'm giving you more time to think about because I'm talking, and I've done this with a lot of guests because they tend to like, dude, you put me on the spot. So I'm kind of talking.
That's good, though, because it makes you think.
Yeah.
Like you brought up Spartacus, man. That's honestly one of my favorite shows of all time, but I couldn't.
I love
it didn't even come to
it.
my freaking mind.
I know,
and then it made me think about 300 and Gladiator. It's like,
I love when we do this, by the way. So when we're having this conversation with one of my other guests, it's like as we're talking, we're unlocking little memories.
Absolutely. Yeah, that's
so
it's you can segue into anything.
You're like memory unlocked.
Yeah. Like I could say something like any random word cloud, and you'll be like, oh, I remember this. And
I remember this cloudy day.
I remember like when my picture got uploaded to it, and everyone saw it. Wait, what?
You know?
No, I'm just kidding. There's no pictures out there. I don't think anymore.
Well, give us something, man, to kind of like do a little send off. Any words of wisdom, any stories, any kind of cute little anything.
Well, I mean, just because you start somewhere, that doesn't mean that's where you're going to end up. Keep pushing forward. Don't stop working hard. I don't care how old you are. If you got a dream, try to achieve that shit. Because that's why they're there. Absolutely. Without ambition, what do we have? If you have kids, love them, raise them, be there for them, enjoy the moments, enjoy the little things, because when they're gone, they're gone.
Absolutely.
And as far as any little funny stories go, I don't know. I don't know if you ever worked any odd jobs when you were younger.
Oh, tons.
Yeah. See, for me, the oddest job I worked was at a hospital.
Okay.
And so they called it environmental service, but basically I was the community hospital's little bitch. That's
okay. So you're just the go-to person.
Yeah, just any and everything, whether it was in ER or just whatever. Well, interesting about this hospital, it had a morgue, and it was the same little Filipino guy that was always running shit down there. And I worked graveyard there, I worked night shift there, and I worked day shift at a steel mill.
Okay.
But the hospital, and I didn't have to work was the thing. I just wanted money because I wanted to go out with girls and have fun. And
you wanted that extra cash.
Yeah, it just is what it is. I was like 18 years old. Well, there's one day I was just walking down the hall, and I was just about to turn the corner, passing by the morgue. Little Filipino dude, cool as all hell. I won't say his name, but he was super cool. And he was like, "Hey, Chris, come here." So I was like scared because I know what he does.
Yeah.
He needed help putting a body away. And I don't know about you, I haven't moved too many dead bodies.
Never.
Yeah.
Ever.
Bro, it was fucking creepy.
I bet.
It was bagged, but you can feel it.
Yeah.
Dude.
Okay.
It was so weird.
I was going to ask that. like, was it like a body? It was a
grown
or
man.
was it a bag?
No, it was a grown man.
Okay.
If I had to assess,
well, at least it was a bag. It would have been fucked up if it wasn't a bag.
Imagine?
Hey, I got to put him on the slab.
Yeah, imagine he unzips it. Like, let me make sure.
Yeah, is it him? Charlie M? Okay.
Oh, bro. So, and the way it looks in the movies, it's similar. You got to put him in there.
Yeah.
Well, I had to help him up, right?
Yeah.
Well, the little guy, he slipped.
Oh.
Okay. And the back of this deceased gentleman's head hit really hard. And my first instinct, because I'm an 18-year-old kid,
yeah,
and I'm polite,
yeah,
I was like, oh man, I'm sorry. I didn't even slip. I wasn't the one that did it.
Yeah.
But he's dead. He's not feeling
Yeah.
anything, but he hit his head hard. I was like, oh shit, I'm sorry. This little Filipino guy in the heaviest accent you ever heard, and it makes it funny. I'm sorry, people. It made it funny. He's all, don't say sorry to him. He dead. He don't feel shit. So if you've ever laughed your ass off while around a dead body, like in a hospital in a morgue, it's just like, okay.
Dude, that's so awesome.
It was scary. It's awesome now.
Well, yeah, because in hindsight, now that we're talking about it and conveying this, dude, so it's pretty cool, man.
That shit, oh man, like I'm over here saying sorry to a dead person.
But that's your instinct. That's your knee-jerk reaction is to be like, "Oh my god, I'm so sorry! Like I dropped you."
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Gonna get up and kick my ass.
Well, hey, man, it's been a blast. Thank you for doing the show. I hope to have you on again. And if you have any friends, family, or acquaintances, anyone you want to bring on and point in my direction. And same thing goes to my audience members. So if you guys are listening and actually have the courage to finally join the conversation, give me a call, give me a text, give me a message. And on that note, we're going to leave it. Thank you guys for listening, and catch you on the next one.